Welcome to Mindful Confidence, your guide to inner strength and peace. In this video, we explore 6 profound Buddhist principles that will empower you to remain unshaken in the face of life's challenges. By embracing these timeless teachings, you'll learn to master the art of resilience, cultivate deep inner calm, and build unbreakable confidence. These principles will help you rise above external distractions and remain grounded in your true self so that nothing can affect you. Get ready to transform your life with the wisdom of Buddhism. In the fast-paced world we live in today, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the constant noise, pressure, and demands. In these moments, we often forget that there is wisdom from ancient teachings that can help us find peace amidst the chaos. One such source of wisdom is Buddhism, a philosophy that has been around for centuries and offers profound insights into how we can live a more balanced and peaceful life. Welcome, friends, as we explore the core principles of Buddhism together and discover how these teachings can guide us to greater inner calm and happiness. Buddhism began a long time ago in India with the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha. It's a philosophy that encourages us to look within for true happiness rather than seeking it in external possessions or experiences. In today's world, many of us find ourselves constantly chasing after new things, whether it's material goods, social status, or fleeting pleasures, believing they will bring us lasting joy. However, Buddhism teaches that true happiness comes from within, from cultivating a peaceful and calm mind, and from understanding the deeper nature of our existence. Life today can often feel overwhelming. Our minds are constantly busy, jumping from one thought to the next, and we feel the pressure to keep up with the fast pace of daily life. We might rush from task to task, only to feel exhausted and unfulfilled at the end of the day. But Buddhism offers us a way out of this cycle. Through its teachings, we can find tools to help us calm our minds, reduce stress, and reconnect with a sense of peace, even when the world around us seems chaotic. In Buddhism, there are 6 core principles or teachings that serve as tools to help us navigate the challenges of life. These principles can help us feel stronger, calmer, and more grounded, no matter what life throws our way. Each principle is like a key that unlocks a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By practicing these teachings, we can learn to handle difficult situations with greater ease and cultivate a sense of inner tranquility. In this journey, we will dive into these 6 principles one by one. They will serve as our guide to finding peace in our hearts and learning how to live a better, more fulfilling life. Whether it's understanding the impermanence of life, learning to cultivate compassion for ourselves and others, or discovering the power of mindfulness, these teachings offer us practical wisdom that we can apply to our daily lives. So let's take a deep breath, settle into the present moment, and begin our exploration of Buddhism. Together, we will learn how these timeless teachings can help us feel happier, more at ease, and more connected to the peaceful center within us, regardless of the hustle and bustle of modern life. Let's begin this journey of discovery, one step at a time, as we uncover how Buddhism can transform the way we experience the world. Principle 1. Impermanence. Impermanence, or anicca in Buddhism, is one of the most fundamental truths of existence. It teaches us that everything is in a constant state of change. Nothing stays the same forever. Seasons shift, people grow, and even our thoughts and emotions evolve. This ongoing transformation is the very essence of life itself. Recognizing that everything is temporary can help us cultivate a sense of peace and acceptance in a world that often feels unpredictable and overwhelming. At first, impermanence might seem unsettling, especially since many of us crave stability and security. We naturally cling to things that make us feel safe. Our relationships, jobs, possessions, and routines, hoping they will remain unchanged. But when change inevitably comes, we can feel devastated or anxious. Anika challenges us to release our attachment to the idea of permanence, teaching us that change is not to be feared, but to be embraced as a natural part of life. Understanding impermanence allows us to stop holding on so tightly to what we think should last forever. When we accept that good times won't last forever, we also realize that the difficult moments won't last forever either. This awareness helps us ride the waves of change instead of resisting them. Rather than fighting against the flow of life, we can learn to move with it, letting go of expectations and embracing the present moment as it is. One powerful way to practice impermanence in our daily lives is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully aware of the present moment without judgment or attachment. By observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they come and go, we can see how everything is in a constant state of flux. Instead of clinging to particular emotions or experiences, we can simply witness them, knowing that they are temporary. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to detach from the idea that any experience, whether joyful or painful, is permanent, giving us the freedom to experience life more fully and with less anxiety. Another practical way to embrace impermanence is through gratitude. By appreciating the temporary nature of people, experiences, and even objects in our lives, we can develop a deeper sense of thankfulness for the present moment. This awareness of impermanence helps us savor our experiences, knowing that they are fleeting, which makes them even more precious. For instance, instead of getting frustrated when a beautiful day comes to an end, we can be grateful for the joy it brought us, knowing that it won't last forever, but that it had its moment in time. Furthermore, understanding impermanence can bring us peace in moments of difficulty. Life is full of ups and downs, and when we experience suffering or hardship, it can feel overwhelming. However, when we remind ourselves that these difficult times are impermanent, we can find comfort in the knowledge that they too shall pass. Just as the seasons change, so too do the challenges and sorrows in our lives. Embracing this truth allows us to face challenges with a sense of patience and trust, knowing that things will shift in time. When we live in harmony with impermanence, we let go of our desire for control. We stop trying to force outcomes and start trusting the natural flow of life. This doesn't mean we stop striving or setting goals. Rather, it means that we do so with the understanding that the future is uncertain and that change is inevitable. By surrendering to life's rhythms, we can find peace in the unfolding of each moment. In the grand scheme of things, impermanence offers us the opportunity to experience life more fully. By appreciating the fleeting nature of all things, we can find beauty in even the smallest moments. From a simple conversation to the changing colors of the sky, every moment becomes precious because we know it is not guaranteed to last. Instead of focusing on what we might lose or fear, we can focus on the richness of what we have right now. Ultimately, embracing impermanence means living with an open heart, one that welcomes change, learns from it, and grows through it. It's about finding joy and peace in the present, accepting the temporary nature of everything, and trusting that each moment has something valuable to teach us. By embracing the truth of impermanence, we open ourselves up to the beauty and freedom that come with living in alignment with the natural flow of life. But hold on, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our fantastic content. Principle 2, non-attachment. In Buddhist philosophy, non-attachment, or aparigraha, is a central teaching that encourages us to let go of our attachments to people, possessions, experiences, and outcomes. It is the practice of releasing the grip of craving and desire, freeing ourselves from the need to control or possess external things in order to find happiness. By embracing non-attachment, we begin to recognize that true fulfillment comes from within rather than from external sources. Non-attachment doesn't mean becoming indifferent or emotionally detached from life. On the contrary, it is about cultivating a deep acceptance of life's transient nature and understanding that nothing lasts forever. True contentment comes from being at peace with the present moment and appreciating the impermanent nature of everything around us. This recognition allows us to engage with life fully without clinging to anything that may cause us suffering when it inevitably changes. On the other hand, attachment is the root cause of much of our suffering. We often attach ourselves to specific outcomes, people, or material possessions, believing they are the key to our happiness. However, this attachment leads to disappointment and frustration when things don't unfold as we expected. When we are attached, we come to rely on external factors for our sense of self-worth, and this dependency often leaves us feeling empty or unfulfilled. This cycle of attachment fuels a never-ending pursuit of happiness, where we seek more, whether it's new experiences, relationships, or material possessions, in an attempt to fill a void inside. But no matter how much we acquire, the sense of satisfaction is always fleeting, and we're left yearning for more. This continuous craving keeps us stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction. Cultivating non-attachment requires a shift in mindset, as we must be willing to let go of long-held habits of clinging and control. One powerful technique for developing non-attachment is mindfulness. Through mindfulness, we can observe our thoughts, emotions, and desires without becoming attached to them or reacting impulsively. We develop awareness of how attachment operates within us and begin to release the hold it has on us, cultivating a sense of freedom and peace. Another helpful practice is gratitude. By focusing on the abundance and blessings in our lives, rather than what we feel is missing, we can begin to cultivate contentment. Gratitude helps shift our perspective, making us less likely to seek out more to feel fulfilled. It allows us to appreciate the present moment and the simple joys that already exist around us. Meditation is also a key tool for cultivating non-attachment. Through regular meditation, we learn to sit in stillness and observe the rise and fall of thoughts and emotions without becoming entangled in them. As we witness the impermanent nature of our mind's fluctuations, we can develop detachment from the specific outcomes we often crave. Over time, meditation helps us develop greater peace and equanimity, allowing us to let go of attachment to particular desires and outcomes. Ultimately, non-attachment is not about rejecting or denying life's pleasures and experiences, but rather about engaging with them fully, without being controlled by them. It's about embracing the present moment as it is, knowing that everything is in a constant state of change. Cultivating non-attachment is a lifelong journey that requires patience, self-awareness, and a willingness to embrace the uncertainty and unpredictability of life. By learning to let go of our attachments to external sources of happiness and fulfillment, we free ourselves from the cycle of craving and suffering. In doing so, we create space for deeper peace, joy, and freedom in our lives. When we stop relying on external factors for our happiness, we realize that true fulfillment comes from within, and we can experience the beauty of life as it unfolds in all its impermanence. In the next principle, we will explore the middle way, a path of balance and moderation that helps guide us toward a life of harmony and well-being. Curious about what's next? Don't go anywhere. We've lined up some intriguing revelations that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Principle 3, the middle way. In Buddhist philosophy, the middle way, or Madhyama Pratipad, is a path of balance and moderation. It encourages us to navigate life's extremes with wisdom, avoiding the pitfalls of both indulgence and severe self-denial. The middle way teaches us to find harmony, by embracing a balanced approach to life, where neither excessive luxury nor extreme asceticism dominates our actions. At its core, the middle way offers an antidote to the suffering that arises when we swing too far in one direction. Life often presents us with extremes. On one hand, we may be tempted to indulge excessively in sensory pleasures and material possessions, seeking momentary gratification. On the other hand, we might pursue extreme austerity, denying ourselves basic comforts in the belief that it will lead to spiritual purity. Both of these approaches can lead to suffering. Excessive indulgence can trap us in a cycle of craving, always seeking more, but never finding lasting contentment. Meanwhile, severe self-denial can drain our energy and prevent us from fully engaging with the world. When we veer too far toward either extreme, we risk losing our connection to the richness of human experience. We may fall prey to rigid rules or dogmas that limit our flexibility and growth. The middle way, in contrast, is about recognizing that balance and moderation are the keys to long-term peace and happiness. It calls for a life where we can enjoy the pleasures of the world without becoming enslaved by them, and where we can pursue spiritual growth without cutting ourselves off from life's natural joys, finding balance in daily life. The practice of the middle way begins with self-awareness. By becoming mindful of our actions, thoughts, and feelings, we can identify where we may be leaning too far toward one extreme or another. Through mindfulness, we can observe our habits without judgment and gently guide ourselves toward a more balanced path. For example, if we find ourselves overindulging in pleasures like food, entertainment, or shopping, mindfulness can help us recognize this pattern and adjust accordingly. Similarly, if we notice ourselves pushing too hard in the pursuit of self-discipline or denying ourselves joy, mindfulness helps us reconnect with our true needs and desires. Moderation in all things. The practice of moderation is key to finding balance. This doesn't mean depriving ourselves of life's pleasures, but rather enjoying them in moderation, with mindfulness and awareness. Whether it's food, entertainment, or material possessions, the middle way encourages us to partake in life's pleasures without overindulging. By practicing moderation, we avoid the cycle of craving and dissatisfaction that comes with the excess. We learn to savor what we have in the present moment and appreciate the richness of our experiences without always striving for more. In addition to mindfulness and moderation, gratitude plays a vital role in finding balance. By appreciating what we already have, whether it's relationships, opportunities, or simple comforts, we cultivate a deep sense of contentment. Gratitude helps us to see life as abundant, reducing the impulse to constantly seek more or compare ourselves to others. When we focus on the blessings in our lives, we naturally begin to feel more at peace and less driven by external desires. Self-compassion and patience. Living the middle way also requires self-compassion and patience. We are all human, and we will inevitably face moments where we stumble, whether it's falling into an extreme of indulgence or self-denial. The key is to approach ourselves with kindness, understanding that the path to balance is not always linear. By treating ourselves with compassion when we fall short, we can learn from our mistakes and continue to grow in wisdom. Patience allows us to stay on the path, even when it seems difficult or when we encounter setbacks. The middle way is a lifelong journey of balancing life's joys and challenges with equanimity and grace. It is about finding peace and contentment in the present moment, without the extremes of excess or deprivation. By embracing balance, mindfulness, moderation, and self-compassion, we can create a life that is both fulfilling and harmonious, where we live in accordance with our true nature, neither chasing after pleasure nor running from discomfort. In the next principle, we will explore compassion, which teaches us how to open our hearts to others and cultivate love and kindness in our lives. Principle 4. Compassion. Compassion, karuna, In Buddhist philosophy, compassion, or karuna, is the practice of cultivating empathy and kindness toward others. It involves recognizing the suffering of others and responding with a sincere desire to alleviate their pain. Compassion is not just about feeling sympathy or pity. It is a deeper, heartfelt connection that motivates us to take action in support of those who are struggling. It is a genuine wish to relieve their suffering, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. The practice of compassion goes beyond helping others. It also benefits our own well-being. By extending kindness and understanding to others, we strengthen our sense of connection to the world, breaking free from the isolation and self-centeredness of ego. In empathizing with the struggles of others, we cultivate a deeper sense of understanding and compassion for ourselves. We begin to see our shared humanity, realizing that we all experience pain, joy, and growth. Research has shown that practicing compassion can have significant positive effects on our physical and mental health. It can reduce stress and anxiety, lower blood pressure, and boost immune function. On a psychological level, compassion promotes happiness and fulfillment as we experience the profound joy that comes from making a positive difference in others' lives. When we help others, we not only ease their suffering, but also create a sense of meaning and satisfaction in our own lives. Cultivating compassion can be integrated into daily life in various ways. One way is through mindfulness, which helps us become more attuned to the needs of others. By practicing mindfulness, we can be more present and aware of the suffering around us, responding with compassion instead of indifference. It enables us to see the world through the eyes of others, making it easier to connect and empathize with their experiences. Another way to practice compassion is through altruism, acting selflessly to help others. This might involve volunteering time, offering resources, or simply offering a kind word to someone in need. Each small act of kindness strengthens our capacity for compassion and helps alleviate the suffering of others, creating a ripple effect of goodwill that spreads through communities. Loving kindness meditation is another effective practice for cultivating compassion. In this meditation, we silently repeat phrases of goodwill and kindness toward ourselves and others. By focusing on cultivating feelings of love and compassion, we create a deep sense of connection and warmth in our hearts. This practice helps us develop compassion for not just our loved ones, but for all beings, including those with whom we have conflicts or differences. True compassion also involves self-compassion, treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we extend to others. We often find it easier to show compassion to others than to ourselves, but recognizing that we too deserve kindness is crucial in fostering a balanced and healthy approach to life. Self-compassion allows us to acknowledge our own suffering without judgment, offering ourselves the same care and support we would give to a friend. Ultimately, the practice of compassion is about intention, effort, and commitment. By making compassion a central focus of our lives, we transform our relationships, communities, and even the world around us. Compassion nurtures a more caring, supportive society, where people are uplifted and supported in their times of need. As we open our hearts and engage in acts of kindness, we contribute to a collective sense of peace and harmony. In the next principle, we will explore mindfulness, sati, a practice that can help us live more fully in the present moment and respond to life's challenges with wisdom and clarity. Mindfulness enables us to cultivate awareness of ourselves and our surroundings, leading to greater peace and understanding. Principle 5. Mindfulness. In Buddhist philosophy, mindfulness, or sati, is the practice of present moment awareness. It involves paying deliberate, non-judgmental attention to our thoughts, feelings, sensations, and surroundings. By being fully present and engaged in the current moment, mindfulness invites us to experience life in a deeper and more authentic way. It helps us break free from the constant pull of past regrets and future anxieties, allowing us to fully experience the present. Mindfulness has been shown to offer significant physical and mental health benefits. Research indicates that it can reduce stress, lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and alleviate symptoms of anxiety and depression. By bringing our attention to the present, mindfulness can help us develop greater clarity of mind, improve focus and attention, and enhance emotional regulation. It also fosters a sense of calm and inner peace, even when life feels chaotic or challenging. One of the key benefits of mindfulness is its ability to combat rumination and worry. Often, we get caught in cycles of overthinking, revisiting past mistakes, or fearing future problems. Mindfulness teaches us to let go of these cycles by guiding our attention back to the here and now. This practice encourages us to be kind to ourselves, observing our thoughts without judgment or attachment. To incorporate mindfulness into our daily lives, there are several practical exercises we can try. Mindful breathing is one simple but effective technique. In this practice, we focus our attention on the sensations of our breath as it enters and leaves the body. By concentrating on the rhythm of the breath, we can anchor ourselves in the present moment and calm the fluctuations of the mind. Another helpful practice is body scanning, where we systematically bring attention to different parts of the body, noticing any sensations or areas of tension. This practice fosters greater awareness of our bodies and helps us release physical tension, promoting relaxation and stress relief. Mindful eating is a practice that encourages us to fully engage with the sensory experience of eating, paying attention to the taste, texture, and smell of the food. By savoring each bite and eating with intention, we can develop a deeper appreciation for the nourishment we receive and move away from mindless eating habits. Mindfulness can also be practiced in everyday activities. Whether we are walking, washing dishes, or commuting, we can bring our full attention to the task at hand. By doing so, we transform even the most mundane activities into opportunities for mindfulness. Each moment becomes an invitation to engage fully and mindfully with life. Ultimately, mindfulness is about learning to inhabit our lives fully, embracing each moment with openness and curiosity. It helps us cultivate a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. By practicing mindfulness regularly, we can experience greater peace, clarity, and fulfillment, making the most of each moment and enhancing our overall well-being. In the next principle, we will explore acceptance, the practice of embracing life as it is, without resistance or judgment. Acceptance allows us to find peace and freedom no matter what challenges or circumstances arise. But before we dive into these life-changing principles, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on any of our transformative videos. Trust me, this one's going to be incredible, so make sure you stick with us until the very end. Now, let's get started. Principle 6, acceptance, Santosa. In Buddhist philosophy, acceptance, or Santosa, is the practice of acknowledging and embracing reality as it is, without resistance or judgment. It involves surrendering to the present moment and finding peace amidst the ups and downs of life. Acceptance does not imply resignation or passivity. Rather, it is an active choice to let go of attachment to how we wish things to be and instead embrace them as they are. By accepting life as it unfolds, we free ourselves from the struggle against reality, which often causes inner turmoil and suffering. Resisting or denying our experiences, whether by clinging to the past, lamenting what has been lost, or fixating on an uncertain future, prevents us from finding true peace. However, when we accept things as they are, we can open our hearts to the fullness of life's experiences and find peace in the present moment. Acceptance also helps us let go of the need for control and certainty, which often leads to fear and anxiety. When we stop fighting against the inevitable and surrender to the flow of life, we cultivate a profound sense of ease and trust in the unfolding of each moment. Acceptance also fosters a deeper sense of connection and compassion for both ourselves and others, as we recognize the shared humanity in our struggles and triumphs. To cultivate acceptance, several practices can help us shift our mindset and perspective. Gratitude. Practice involves focusing on the blessings in our lives, no matter how small. By appreciating what we have rather than what we lack, we can develop a greater sense of contentment and acceptance. Mindfulness meditation encourages us to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. By bringing our attention to the present moment, we can cultivate spaciousness and acceptance towards whatever arises, developing the capacity to sit with discomfort and uncertainty. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with kindness and understanding. When we stop harshly judging ourselves and instead offer love and acceptance, we build inner strength and resilience. This practice helps us embrace our imperfections and vulnerabilities with compassion. Ultimately, developing acceptance is a lifelong journey that requires patience, commitment, and self-awareness. By embracing acceptance, we can find peace and contentment amidst the ever-changing landscape of life, opening our hearts to the fullness of our experiences. Conclusion. Throughout this exploration, we've delved into 6 foundational principles of Buddhist philosophy, which offer timeless wisdom for navigating the complexities of life. We've learned about impermanence, which reminds us of the ever-changing nature of existence, and non-attachment, which teaches us to release our cravings and desires. The middle way guides us toward balance and moderation, while compassion urges us to empathize with others. Mindfulness encourages present moment awareness, and acceptance invites us to embrace life as it is. As we incorporate these principles into our daily lives, we find greater peace, fulfillment, and resilience. These teachings offer invaluable guidance for handling challenges and celebrating joys, providing us with the tools to navigate life with grace, wisdom, and compassion. By embracing impermanence, non-attachment, the middle way, compassion, mindfulness, and acceptance, we can foster a deeper sense of well-being and harmony within ourselves and with the world around us. These principles illuminate our path, guiding us toward a life of greater understanding, compassion, and joy. May the transformative power of these ancient teachings shine brightly in our lives, leading us to deeper wisdom and a more harmonious existence. For further insights on mindfulness, spirituality, and personal growth, subscribe to Wisdom Diaries, where we explore these depths together. If these teachings resonated with you, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend who could benefit from these lessons, and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing insights. Let's continue this journey of growth together. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay mindful, stay compassionate, and let your inner strength shine.
Audio Jungle.